All right, welcome to the Bugle. Let's talk about anything and everything elk hunting. And this mini series we're gonna do is about archery elk hunting in Montana. I'm Carson Wade, and I said that. This is my buddy
Jamie Jacobsen.
He's a bow tech at Shields, so that's where his expertise is. And also, he's born and raised in Montana, like I am. Also,
yes. Carson and I met in the dorms freshman year, and found out that he likes to hunt, do the outdoor stuff, and I like to do it too, and kind of came buddies right after that. So, yeah.
Yeah. So first off, we're gonna talk about like what you need to do to go about buying a bow and like what kind of bow and the prices and everything. And he knows more about that and stuff than me because he's a bow tech at Shields. So I'm going to talk about a little bit.
Buying a bow is something that, you can go to a bow shop or to a Shields or whatever, and you can get all the information from me or whatever. But it's really about you shooting the bow and whatever's comfortable for you. Find something that fits your budget. Find something that fits you comfortably. Something that you can shoot consistently in any matter. There are a lot of bows to choose from.
You've got Matthews,
Hoyt, PSE, Bowtech, and Elite is an up and coming brand. But there's a lot of different bow brands out there. But finding the one that fits best for you, fits your budget.
Bear.
Yeah.
Bear's like an intro brand.
Bear's probably one of the most original ones too.
Mm-hmm.
But just finding the one that fits you best. Some people will say, like Carson and I will say, that we like a Matthews bow more than we like any other bow just because we shoot Matthews. But everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah. Well, then there's certain styles like like Matthews is more like.
I would go comfort and accuracy with your Matthews bow. It's going to be whole draw cycle is going to be smooth, and when your shoot's going to be accurate. You're just not going to be crazy fast, but you're going to be accurate with it. You're going to be comfortable shooting with it. A Hoyt bow is going to be kind of the same thing. They do make some speed bows, but majority of the time Hoyt's going to do that. PSE is known for their speed bows. Those bows, they shoot very, very fast. And same with Bowtech's going to be a lot more comfort. They're not going to be the crazy fast bow, but they're going to be very comfortable for people to shoot.
Yeah, there's multiple brands to pick from. I've noticed. I bought Matthews because I know Matthews was high quality, but you're also paying for it. Like my bone stock was. What was it? 1,200.
1350, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, what the Matthews Phase 433 is right now.
Yeah, and then you can go down. I don't know what other bow prices are, but
you can spend anywhere from $300 on a bow up to $2,000, and that's just bare bow. That's not with the sight or the rest or the quiver or anything on there, and arrows and all the other stuff that you need to shoot. You can spend a lot of money on a bow.
Yeah, but also like whatever brand, like a Hoyt or Matthews. You're paying for the logo on it, the brand, but definitely. Also you get a high quality bow no matter what you get.
Exactly.
And I know guys that shoot old bows, they shoot traditional bows, and they still kill big elk, they kill big deer, they kill anything with them.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, it's whatever price range you want to do with that. But I'd figure out what price you want to spend, anywhere between $500 to
whatever,
a couple grand.
Yeah.
But most likely to be around there. 1,000+ range. You want to get a nice quality bow that's gonna last you a long time.
Mm-hmm. And I also think if you're in the spot where you're like, well, I don't know if I want to get an archery hunting, you kind of want to get a bow maybe in that mid-range price that you can.
That intro price.
Intro price, and you also get a lot of adjustability out of there because those bows are usually made for people like us who are pretty big, got long draw lengths, can pull a lot of poundage, or even somebody who's a little kid can shoot it. So say you get one.
Forgiveness.
Like exactly, just like my brother. My brother bought a bow. He can shoot it, and then once his son is old enough to shoot a bow, he's going to hand it down to him because the poundage can get dropped down, draw length can get dropped down. So,
yeah, there's different size. Like we shoot 33-inch axle Matthews, and there's also the 29-inch Matthews, and it's just the bigger. I correct me if I'm wrong, but like the longer it is, the more poundage. Not more poundage, but just for bigger guys.
Yep. Yeah, so it's going to be that string angle. So if you were to look at a bow for somebody like us with a longer draw length, that string angle on a 33 is going to be not as steep, but on a 29, it's going to be super steep because it's got to go farther back.
Yeah.
So just finding the one that's most comfortable for you and your draw length.
And then there's women's sizes and there's youth sizes. And
definitely.
But also just go talk to your local bow tech at Shields, like Jamie.
Yeah, come see me at Shields. Come to the back of the store. We'll get you set up. Go shoot a bunch of bows. It's a good time.
And also tuning's free at Shields.
Tuning is free at Shields. Yes, it is. So
unlike some other bow shops.
Bow shops, yes. So, but I think the biggest thing with doing bows and once you kind of get into bow hunting is just shooting your bow, even if you're not going to go hunt.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Carson and I spent countless times this summer shooting bows together, going out to the ranch here in Missoula and shooting out the flat range and shooting out to 100 yards, having fun, working on form. And so when you're in that situation, when you got that big elk standing in front of you, you're not getting shaken. And
when that adrenaline kicks in, it's nothing like the flat.
No, it's not.
Yeah, ultimately, when you get a bow, like, talk around if you know any of your buddies that bow hunt before you, because they might know some techniques in shooting form, or YouTube it, Google it. You know, a lot of good stuff on the video, like online. Because you can go out there and shoot, but if you don't know how to shoot properly, and get your proper anchor points on your face and
proper grip,
and
you could that stuff.
But I would do your deep dive of information into it.
YouTube's your best friend. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on shooting and.
Or like when you go to Shields, I could give you some tips.
I'll 100% give you tips, give any advice that you need, and what's going on.
Yeah.
But other thing is, if you really want to get a bow hunting, you do have to take that extra bow hunter safety. If you've already taken
the hunter safety course.
Yes.
But nowadays, it's pretty darn easy. Because
online.
Back when we were kids, it was what age?
You were like 11.
11 for rifle.
Yeah.
12
for archery, I think.
13. But that was in person.
It was in person. Now you do it all online. It's nice.
like my girlfriend, she did her online bow hunter safety course, and she got it in a day, not even half a day.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long to do it. You don't have to do it.
It's pretty easy as long as you just read it. It's pretty self-explanatory, but pretty straightforward. But because like every year you gotta buy a bow stamp that goes on your hunting tags. Yes. You just don't apply like for rifle. You apply every year, and if you have your rifle hunter safety course, that's fine. It's whatever. That's that. You know what? You have to buy a separate bow stamp to bow hunt legally. If you don't do that, you're technically poaching. Yeah. And poaching's a big no-no in the hunting world, like jail time.
Yes. Lose your license, take your bow.
Big fines. That's possible jail.
Yeah.
But yeah, nowadays it's pretty straightforward.
It's pretty easy.
No field day.
No field day unless you want the field day.
Yeah. Field day track of blood as a little 12-year-old.
Yeah, running around with the fake 22s when you did the rifle one.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I guess just shooting.
Practice.
Shooting as much as possible.
Getting comfortable.
I mean, me and you shot, twice? Shot at least once a week.
At least once a week.
For an hour.
And then you start getting into track, we start getting busy. But we at least shoot once a week.
This summer we shot a lot. Even kind of this fall, we shot a lot
before archery season. But and the thing is with shooting, it's not like you want to go out and I'm going to shoot 500 shots tonight. No. It's fine if you go out and shoot 10 shots as long as they're 10 good, consistent shots.
Yeah, because you might be some strong, fit guy or woman, but it's not bow strength. Because
it's completely different muscles.
Speaking of bow strength, you do not need to eagle pull.
80 pounds.
Yeah.
You can kill it with 40 pounds. I'm
on the track team at the UM, and I'm fairly strong, I have to say, and I'm pulling 70 pounds. Like, there's pros out there, the big hunting names that just pull 70 pounds, because you need to pull 70 pounds. Whatever pounds you choose is smooth and easy as possible in any position, like kneeling, sitting down, in a chair.
One of my coworkers told me shooting hunting antelope. He drew it laying on his back and then stood up to shoot the antelope.
Yeah, because you can't, like, my sister, kind of my sister, but she's a pretty strong girl, and she was pulling, like, I'm pulling 70 pounds, he's pulling 70 pounds, but we're pulling it back, no problem, like, no worries about it and anything. Shoot a lot of reps and getting that bow strength in your arm, your brace
arm that holds.
Yeah, because you're not locked out, you're not here, it's like slightly bent, and it's a little bit different than benching or anything like that. But my sister, she was pulling 65 pounds back, and I went home hunting over in Central Montana near the breaks, and she was just like, just trying so hard. I'm like, that's too much pounds for you, Kylie. And she's like, well, I'm not shooting 13 arrows at an elk. I'm like, that's not the point. The point is you need to be able to pull a bull back consistently, no problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smooth and easy as it can be.
Yeah.
Because I pulled my dad's 80-pound bow back, but I'm not gonna shoot 80 pounds because I can't do it consistently every time.
Yeah.
And accurately.
Yeah.
Biggest thing, because when you try so hard to pull that bow back, you get back here. Then the second part is just trying to keep stable. And if you wobble like this and you shoot, you're gonna miss a target probably, or not shoot very good, or wound an animal.
Yeah.
In the hunting world, wounding the animal is like, it makes you sick.
You lose sleep over it.
Oh, I've lost
it.
countless
Yeah.
nights of sleep
Yes.
wounding an animal, and you will wound an animal in your lifetime.
Especially archery hunting.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I think it's more you shoot a shot and you end up putting a bad shot on an animal and
Because you always second guess yourself. Was that a good shot?
Exactly. And so
if
you end up
if you're by yourself, it's even worse.
It's hard, and a lot of times it's like, oh, I wounded that animal, or you shot an animal, start following the blood trail goes away.
Yeah.
That animal could be dead. You just can't find it. But it's a gut-wrenching feeling when you go to bed that night. You don't sleep. A lot of people will notch their tags when they do that, but
yeah. Because like rifle, like we done with like less than 20 yards, and you find it in 5 minutes, and archery can be hours, even days,
couple days.
People get dogs.
Yeah.
Like I went home in South Africa last August, and to them a wounded animal is a dead animal.
Yeah.
And you pay full price for a wounded animal if they can't find it, and that's big to them because that's their life, that's their job, that's their profession. So, and people like in Montana, especially on the Rocky Mountains, people take hunting really, really, serious, but like sometimes too serious. I know people that I've lost friendships.
Yeah.
Over hunting, like you shot my animal. And it's like
get divorces because they're out hunting too much. Hunting it's a big part of Montana culture.
Oh yeah,
It's a huge part.
I've been hunting elk since I was 4.
Yeah.
I've been a part of probably between archery and rifle in my 21 years of being alive would probably be north of 200 times.
Yeah.
And I hunt on our family ranch and in the breaks, and that's world class elk hunting and getting a lot of elk, and I've seen a lot of elk dead, but people get really upset.
Yeah, definitely.
But
you want some of the other gear you need to elk hunt besides a bow?
Talk about accessories, Jamie. Since you're the bow tech and you know more.
We're going accessories of a bow or other accessories that you need? Accessories of bow. Well, you need a good sight on your bow.
Give a price range for that.
That price, you can spend as much as you want. You can spend $30. I see sites out there for $630. You can spend a lot of money.
They get expensive.
Depends on how much you want to get into it, what kind of sites. There's so many sites. I can dive into every single site. We'd be here for 3 days. There's also you got to put a rest on there. A lot of people, you got to put a peep sight in. So the peep sight.
Most bows come with the rest, right? Well, I guess
no package bows.
They have their brand, like my
the brand. Yeah, the brand was Spuds. I shoot
Epson,
a Hamsky Epsilon.
And then I shoot the
Matthews
integrated rest that comes with it. Like it's the brand.
But yeah, most companies when you get a bow, usually buy it bare. Some companies like Bare Bow you got nothing on it. Some companies sell package bows where you got the rest, the sight, and the quiver, and usually a stabilizer on there. But most of the time, if you buy a bare bow, you're going to get a sight, you're going to get a rest, you got to get a peep sight, which goes in your string. And when you're shooting, you look through the peep sight when it's up on the string, and then you kind of look around your housing, and that's how you get a little bit more accurate. It's kind of like looking through a rifle scope. And then some people like to shoot with quivers. We'll get there. We're going to get a quiver on there, hold your arrows on your bow. And then you also need
quivers can go from 4 arrows to 6.
6, and same with price.
You can use your quiver as a stabilizer.
Yeah, there's so much with that. Stabilizers are going to be the little bars you see sticking out in front of the bow. That's just to kind of like counterbalance the top to the bottom. Makes a little bit more stabilization. I personally also have a back bar, so that back bar comes off the side of the bow. It adds for that counterweight of the arrows and the quiver on the outside there. So it makes it a little bit more stable, so the bow's level when I'm shooting.
Yeah, and those can come from like mine. They can go from like a couple $100 to like $300.
Yeah, the stabilizers can be very expensive.
Or you can get like was it Shroud that you
the
get?
Shrewd bars
Shrewd?
that are $110 for one of the stabilizers. You can get some stabilizers for
you can,
like $30.
Yeah.
There's when it comes to bow hunting and bows and accessories, you can spend as much as you want to spend. You can spend $30. You can spend $500.
You can be that one guy
range.
that spends like $5,000 on a bow and still
stuff.
shoots okay, or you can spend like say $2,000, which is about a pretty fair price for a good quality bow, and you can shoot better than them. It's just it all comes down to range time and shooting 3D and knowing where your bow hits and getting comfortable with release and anchor points.
And then you got to add those are all the accessories that come on the bow. Then you need the release, which is your trigger system. That's usually on your wrist. You're using your finger and anchor, or if you have a thumb button, which has become kind of a big thing now in the last couple years. Thumb buttons become a big thing because it used to be you put that strap on your wrist and you'd have that finger index release. Now a lot of people using their thumb instead and kind of putting their hand upside down, kind of like this. So there's those. You also got arrows, and arrows is something that I personally love, because there is so many things you can do with arrows. There's different weights, there's different fletchings, there's different spines of arrows.
Spine of the arrow
is going to be stiffness.
Yeah.
So somebody who, like us, is going to shoot a stiffer arrow because we're shooting longer arrows, more poundage. An 8-year-old's going to have a little bit more flimsy arrow, so then it flies better for them. And then you're also going to play with
those can get expensive too.
And then you can play with the fletchings, which are like the feathers, or they're now a synthetic thing that goes on the back there to spin that arrow. You can play with those.
You can customize your fletchings. You can
get it all colored
your
up.
Arrow wraps.
Yes, all sorts of stuff. And then you got to worry about your broadheads, which are going to be the things that you're on the end of your arrow that are going to be doing the killing. You can shoot so many different broadheads. There's fixed blade broadheads, which just have the blades out there. Then there's mechanical ones. So when that broadhead hits the animal, it opens up, and that's when it starts to do the cutting. So there's just so much when it comes to bows.
And then broadheads can go. You can spend so much money on a broadhead.
Exactly.
Well, you need field points.
Field points are just for practice. They're just those little like pieces that you see when people are shooting practice. You probably had some when you were a kid shooting those little toy bows. Those are field points on there.
Yeah.
But there's a lot that goes into a bow, and a lot of people when they come in are like freak out, and I tell them all this information, but ask questions. There's no dumb questions when you're first starting out in archery. You don't want to.
And then you can also get a bow case, like you have a soft case, and you got the Shields one.
Yep, I do have a soft case.
But you can buy like cheaper, like hard cases that are just a bow, and like I bought a Pelican case because I'm flying with my bow like next week on the 26th of October. I'm going to Iowa to hunt with my buddy's dairy farm. I'm gonna bring my bow, so I want a hard case that's like strong, reliable. My investment of my bow to get broken. So you can buy $400 bow case to $100 bow case, or even more than that. Honestly, it all depends what you want to spend. Like if you're gonna be traveling like on a plane with a bow, probably buy a nicer hard case. And then if you're just going to the range and back home, or home to like somewhere close or something, or probably just a soft case to do.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the soft cases have pockets and everything.
Gotta get your tools. Gotta get your string wax,
Allen keys. You need some Allen keys. Forgot about that to change your
wax.
Just change your sight pins.
Or any little screws or anything that you gotta fix up there. But yeah, there's a lot that goes in bows. And like I said,
and the most important part when you're actually hunting is a rangefinder.
Yeah, that is true.
How am I going to shoot an elk at so far yard? I don't even know
what do you guess?
I'm
so bad at guessing.
Where to hold that on your pin.
I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, oh, that tree's at 80 yards. Range it 220. Dang it!
Yeah, and honestly, I've been hunting for my whole life, and I'm pretty good at guessing, but. And the way to get better at that is just say you look at something. I'm gonna guess 90 yards, and you range it and say it's 120. Okay, it's further than I think. So be conservative about it.
Yeah.
But a rangefinder, like you can do is you can put on your belt. You saw that you put from belt to your hand. So I'm shooting righty. So this is my left hand of the bow. I'm holding the bow with my left hand. I'm pulling my rangefinder with my right hand to look. The rangefinder just tells the distance in yards or meters if you're a meters kind of person. But You can do a bell, or you can do.
I do not know.
Yeah, so we wear bino harnesses. I wear a bino harness that I hold my binoculars, and I have my rangefinder pouch here, and then I go to pouches and everything. We shoot. He uses a mystery round. I use an Edway stock because I like the Edway stock. Changeability and customization you can do, and he likes a mystery ranch because it's mystery ranch is really nice. But I mean, you can have a bino harness. You could have them in your binos. But if you want to go that route, you can just have them on one thing where you have your binos. Mm-hmm. You pull up and you look in there, you press a button, it ranges it, and instead of pulling your binos, oh my goodness, that's a big bull. Put it back down, put your rangefinder out, okay, it's at 20 yards, or whatever yards it is.
You're getting your binos out to look at a bull 20 yards?
Or like 50 yards or wherever you want.
Yeah.
Like, I glass with mine. I have the Razor HD 10x42s, and I glass with a couple miles. And I'm like, okay, there's elk over there. I'm gonna go drive over there, walk over there, and then get closer and see. You can see a pretty good distance with binos, but with that, it comes down to the price you want to spend. Like, you can get like from cheap ones to like a couple grand. Yeah. If you get the range finding ones, like you're looking at probably what, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And where's Swarovski from? Europe.
Swarovski?
Yeah, Swarovski.
I don't know where they're made.
Those are probably the top of the lines. I mean, those are expensive, but you're also paying for high quality glass.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so much in the bow hunting, for your bow, your accessories.
Plus all the other hunting stuff that you need, like boots and a pack.
We'll get in the next episode. We'll talk about your camo, your packs, boots. Yeah. What do you think to wear? What do you need to wear hunting Montana? Because there's so many different types of stuff you need to decide what type of year hunting what you want to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Light or whatever, but yeah, can't really think of anything else to talk about.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Shoot a bow. Practice.
If you don't know, call Shields.
Call your local bow shop.
Yeah, your bow tech.
Ask questions, ask around. But the best thing you can do is kind of practice, watch YouTube, learn about it. But it's a lot of, you want to, archery season starts in September for elk hunting in Montana. You want to have your bow, start shooting your bow. I usually start shooting my bow in April, May. You don't have to shoot a lot then, but just start getting comfortable with it. Because you kind of put it away for winter and you get it out, and at that point it's like once you got to make sure if you've got broken parts or anything like that, get that taken care of early before you get closer to archery season. You don't want to say
the week before September and say, oh, I need to get my bow to see if it's in tune, if it's shooting properly in the right specs, because then you gotta if it's out of tune and you go shoot it and it's shooting off, you gotta fix your sight, you gotta get more get consistent and confident.
Yeah. But
just biggest thing is just shoot. Another thing I forgot, if you have your own land, like if you have like a couple probably out to 40, 50 yards in your
next to your house, backyard, just make sure you got nice neighbors.
Yeah, that, or if you live out in the country or wherever, you can buy a target. I would buy a target,
a rubber target that you can shoot field points and broadheads, because then you can do both. Because when it comes to hunting season and you're shooting your broadheads compared to your field points, your broadheads may fly a little bit different than your field points. Got to do a little tuning on there, so you need a target to be able to shoot your broadheads into.
Yeah, because me and Jamie, we shoot at 5 Valleys, and you get membership per year. If you want to spend like $75, but I think it's pretty worth it how much we shoot.
Exactly.
Or you can go to the. You could instead of driving 20-30 minutes out there.
$5.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes from my house, but it's right in town.
You can either wherever you live, you can buy a target, go shoot, and not have to worry about people around you judging you.
Yeah.
You can go shoot on your own and have a little fun,
I recommend going to 5 Valleys because then 95% of the time there is a Shields employee there or a Shields bow tech.
There's also 3D out there.
And there's 3D out there, so you can go shoot 3D animals.
Because shooting 3D, shooting from flat range from just a target to shooting 3D is way different. But then shooting from 3D to a real
animal,
real freaking couple 100-pound animal like an elk is way different. But if you shoot a lot of 3D and you're confident where you know where to hit on a 3D, or your chances of putting a pretty good shot is pretty likely, I think.
Definitely.
Because at the end of the day, you don't want to wound an animal. You just want to make it a good, clean kill. Because in all reality, us hunters, harvesting animals like elk and deer, whatever, we give them a more peaceful, I think, death than they would see in the wild, like mountain lions, bears, especially wolves. They just kill to kill. They're
even humans.
Yeah.
And people hit them with their car in town, that sort of stuff. So
because we
want
want
to make it easy as possible.
The most painless and easiest thing possible, or old age, or like getting like an infection, or getting stabbed by a fence or something, and just suffering every day.
That's a big thing going on right now.
No. That's one big thing about people not hunters think about hunters is with torture. It's all this and that, which is just terrible. But in all reality, we're getting them the most peaceful, humane death we can give them. And like that's how our ancestors hunted back then. Back then there was no rifles. I mean, at one point there was, but before then it was just sticking an arrow on a string. And that's how we got to live off the land. When I'm hunting, with shooting my bow, I feel pretty like primal. Just shooting, pulling back and shooting this like a carbon fiber now, but like shooting a stick at something. It's pretty cool. A lot more rewarding.
It's wild.
A lot harder too, because rifle you can shoot
1,000+ yards.
You
gotta be 60 yards in, probably, unless you're a really good shooter. You gotta be about 60 yards in
because
you
might be shooting a 6-8 inch group at 100 yards, but when you're shooting 100 yards at an elk, that is way.
There's a lot of time that happens between when that arrow goes off and when it's supposed to get to that elk. Because they're not moving that fast.
Because what are you shooting around 300 FPS?
295 FPS compared to like a rifle that's doing 3,000.
FPS means feet per second. So how many feet that projectile travels in 1 second. It's like, yeah, and also that in all reality, 300 feet per second is fast.
That's very fast for a bow.
But for a bow, but like to an elk, because they're gonna hear it, because they're hearing, and a wild animal's hearing is like nothing like ours. So they hear that string slap against the bow, they might duck, or they jump, or twist, or whatever. So I think that just goes back to shooting. Like they say, practice makes perfect. It can't be more true with bow hunting.
Yeah.
It's just bow hunting's tough. Really, really tough. It makes you question why you do it. Like my girlfriend was saying, I'm done with hunting. I'm like, why? She's like, I just want to kill something, get someone. I'm like, it's called hunting, Emma. It's not called killing.
Yeah.
Unless you're a really good hunter, you can get one every time. But the likeliness of that is pretty slim to none.
Skill.
But every time you go out, you learn something new. Like I'm learning. So if you hunt, I go on. Especially now when I'm hunting with my dad.
Yeah.
My dad's still alive, don't take that wrong way, but I'm going out on my own or with my girlfriend or my friends, and way different because my dad grew up hunting too, and has way more experience than I do. Or me and you combined, honestly.
Yeah. Talking to people that have killed a lot of elk, it's eye-opening the stories that they tell you and the ways that they do it so consistently all the time.
Or if you don't know about bow hunts, hop on Facebook and get in a group and get someone's contact information, or just text them or message them on Facebook and just talk to them about what do you recommend for buying a bow or accessories, and how to get better at bow hunting, how to shoot better.
Yeah.
Because that person, I don't know, honestly, you probably say I message someone on Facebook and I go meet in person and they help me and they're really cool and they take me out or whatever, and you're probably a pretty good chance of making a pretty close relationship is pretty high, I would say. Because something about hunters.
Well, I mean, working at D.A. Davidson right now in the financial industry with wealth management, helping people manage their money. One of my coworkers, big time elk hunter, he and I just clicked when I 1st met him, and he's in his 60s.
A lot more stuff to talk about.
He is a very knowledgeable dude and feels that has privileged me with giving me a lot of knowledge, giving me a lot of spots, giving me a lot of information about elk hunting and expanding my knowledge, so then that way I can spread it to Carson, spread to all my other friends, and hopefully spread to my kids once they get into hunting and are around. I don't have any kids yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, because hunting's pretty cool. I'm doing the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'll travel the world and hunt, hopefully.
Yeah.
But all it comes down just shooting, get the best as you can be, getting consistent. Confidence is a big thing. Because if you're shooting confident, chance of you shooting a lot better. It's pretty good. Now shooting, oh, am I gonna hit the target? Am I gonna hit whatever? It's not gonna be very good.
Yeah.
And don't get target phobia, whatever you want to call it. Like, oh, it wasn't in the bullseye. Oh, it was a bad shot. It wasn't in the bullseye. As long as you can probably, let's say, what, like a 4-inch group. 4-inch group's like what, this?
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
That's a kill zone for an elk. That's a kill zone. That's the size of a heartbeat, pretty much. I mean, they say it's aim small, miss small. As long as you can, the tighter your group you can get with your arrows,
better.
That's what you need to aim for, is just getting tighter groups. If you get tighter groups and you're still hitting high or left or low or right, you adjust your sight for that.
Blame your bow tech.
Yeah, I blamed him.
You did.
A couple times.
Yeah.
But
I fixed it though.
Yeah. It was just getting down to, I mean, when I first sighted my bow, and I was just like not really inconsistent, and it's gonna take a little bit to get consistent. But when you get consistent and you can get that sight on, then you're pretty good. Like, just getting out there and shooting again, shoot as much as possibly can, I guess. I mean, anything else to add, Jamie?
We covered it all for
bows.
Your bow and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I guess the bottom line is just, it all depends how much you want to spend, and everyone says that about
everything.
Getting into fishing, getting into snowmobiling, to camping, to anything. It's just how much you want to spend. You need to make a budget, and then you decide what bow you like or you shoot the best or comfortable, and then just build it off that. And there's options. There's not like just one accessory, like one quiver or like one sight. There's multiple. There's so many for each, like from your sight to your rest to your stabilizers to your quivers to your arrows, broadheads, field points, flight cheeks, everything. And then you can customize your arrows. You can customize your bow like you customize your bow. We can talk about that a little bit. Like you can order your bow. And
customization, a lot of bows. Well, a lot of bow companies, you can order them straight from them and do a little customization. You can make it yours. They do a lot of different color dips, a lot of different camo dips, solid colors, and you can make the riser of the bow one color, make the limbs different color. You can get different colored strings, different little details, little accents of different colors, different grips. There's a lot of customization. Make it unique to you. Make it something, like when I was playing sports growing up. Look good, you play good. So if you look good, you're happy with your bow. If you're happy with your bow and you think it looks cool,
look good,
you're gonna feel good.
You look good, you feel good, you play good. Yes, you shoot.
You shoot good and you hunt good, and meat tastes real good after that. So,
because if you're getting into bow hunting, you're not getting in just to go kill something. I mean, that's the fun part too.
I think
the journey, but
I think shooting's fun. Go out with a bunch of people and you just go shoot your bow for a couple of hours and compete with each other, try to rob each other's arrows, break each other's arrows.
But like, and the bottom line on bow hunting, you're getting into it to go provide meat for you or your family, your friends, and let's be honest, elk meat, it's
pretty good.
It's top of the line.
It's pretty good.
Top of the line of wild animals. I would say it's the top of the line, personally, from what I've had. Because at the end of the day, you're filling your freezer. Unless you're going for, a trophy bull, then that's one thing. But like, if you going for a trophy bull and you kill a bull, you're still filling the freezer.
A bull's a bull.
You have a different side of that.
We definitely do.
But at the end of the day, hunting, on this earth, actually, just surviving. You know, you're going out there providing your own meat. And we saw this in 2020, world shut down, and the grocery stores shut down pretty much, or this everything coming in was shut down or slowed down, and hunters were okay because they have meat from the fall that, you know, and elk meat is really good for you. Protein is out of the world, the benefits for you. So I can't recommend hunting enough. I don't know.
It's a good time.
And you make lifelong friends, lifelong memories with your kids, your friends. We haven't hunted together this year, but I mean, when we all after college we hunted a lot together. But I remember I have stories from as a kid, just watching.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that in another episode down the line. But yeah, just bottom line of this episode was just talk about bows and price, size, types, bow owner safety. Really easy to get, not that hard. Just to get out there and shoot until your arm gets tired, basically. You know, because you can shoot all for a week and still not be very strong. Because sometimes you have to hold your draw for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Because one slight movement in that elk or deer is gone. So
yeah,
never be seen again.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but yeah. Just, if you have any questions about bow types or anything like that, go to your local bow shop. Shields. See Jamie. Or if you really want to, I guess YouTube is really good. There's some pretty good bow hunters out on bowing pages. There's Elk Shape. There's Cameron Haynes, really good bow hunter.
Chris B, he's a Matthew shooter.
Yeah.
He has some really good videos. Even like going and watching, like I know the more like famous groups like Hush In, Born and Raised. Those dudes got some good videos talking about elk hunting and doing a lot of that stuff, and they're knowledgeable guys. So
you can learn a lot from YouTube these days, or ask a friend, or that's been going before, or or Facebook groups and ask what their recommendation is. But I wouldn't really go to that because it's not really a personal level about what kind of hunting you want to do with a bow. Like, we're talking about compound bows the whole time, but there's traditional bows and there's a lot of stuff. But just talk to someone, talk to Shields, talk to your local bow shop. You go out there and shoot. But that's what we have from the Beagle. Everything about elk hunting and hunting, we will talk about it. And
archery hunting, man. We ain't going into rifle yet.
Mainly archery, but we'll probably
pull a couple rifles out.
Dabble
in the rifle.
I mean, I grew up rifle hunting, so I'm like today, got my suppressor, ordered it in December and got it in October, and I am jacked to use it. I am jacked, because but
my bow's still quieter.
Oh, but a gun shoots way the hell faster.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it more episodes. We're gonna cover from. First off, you can't bow hunt without a bow. So let's talk about bow hunting, like about your bow mainly. Then we'll get into equipment, get into where to go, how to go hunt them, some stories, some tips and tricks, and then if anything, I might pick up. Might pick up with something cool.
Who knows?
But
who knows what we got stuck in.
Well, if you watch this, thank you. If you had to watch this, thank you. But yeah, if you have any questions,
come to Shields.
Yeah, come to Shields. Comment. I don't know. It's what all the kids these days like, comment, and subscribe. But I don't really know. We're not just doing this. We're doing this for a class, but more. It's kind of fun.
Good time.
Sit down and talk about hunting.
Yeah.
Always love that. But well, thanks, Jamie.
Yeah, anytime, man.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Sounds good.
Well, thank you for watching, guys. This is the Bugle.